From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
Hi, welcome into The Horse's Mouth here at my bar, of course, at Tommy Mags, where all are welcome to grab a seat, have a beverage, and get a chance to tell their story, what they're doing out there. Of course, brought to you by our good friends at Foodies Care, because it's game face time with Coach Campo, and he brought a little bling bling with him. We're going to be able to see that in just a minute. We got some old friends, new friends, all kinds of friends joining us here on The Horse's Mouth. Let's say hello to the panel. Todd Marshall is back from alldryjacks.com. All Dry Services of Southeast Jacksonville. Welcome back, Todd.
Sir. Great to see you again. It's been a while.
It's been about a year, I think we figured out.
Yeah.
How you been? How's things?
Real good, real good. The business has grown exponentially. We've been very blessed and happy to be back here and doing some more work with the studio.
When you were on before, you had just gotten into the market roughly maybe a year or so? Or half,
a little over, but we were early stage for sure. We're just now into our third year. Well, we're going on our fourth, I should say. And it's been a blessing all the way around. The business has really taken off. So.
You're the head coach, right? You're the CEO, you're the head coach. What's your philosophy?
Well, my wife is in the business too.
Okay, what's your wife's philosophy?
Hold it. There's only one coach. There's only one head coach in the business.
By title, somehow I got the bigger title, but by reality, she runs the show.
Yeah, so call her the CFO.
Yeah, she is. That's exactly her title.
Keeps it all in check. Well, great to have you back out. Great to have you a part of CFM as well, I'm told. So that's going to be great. Helping you grow out there. Yes, no question about it. Lorrie Blitch is back. Hey, Lorrie, how are you? From Holy Hall Farms event. All right, tell us about it. Remind me, please, about it.
Well, thanks for having me back on. It's been over a year, too. But a lot's happened. A lot has happened. We had Magellan Christian Academies for 25 years.
Right.
And we sold our last one in Arizona.
Okay.
And then we are now into a whole different venture. It's called Holly Hall Farms. We're doing events as well as bed and breakfast. So we decided just to move on to something completely out of education and totally different.
Oh, good for you.
Yes.
Yeah, a little hospitality. I love it.
Yes.
So did you find a place that you could buy, or did you find some land that you're going to build, or how
we
you
did
on
an island, and we haven't disclosed the area yet.
You need some cleaning services?
I will eventually.
It's going to be tough out on the island.
We don't want to wish that on you. You don't want what we're dealing with.
Well, someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it. Yeah.
But somebody has to do it. But yeah, so I'm very excited, and my husband just finished his book, trying to get it put into a screenplay.
Okay,
True
cool.
story, and I'm finishing my books. I finished my Sapphire book. And also finished doing another book. So it's a true story.
Show that to the camera. This is a true story right here?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sapphire.
what's it about?
It's a cat that was rescued. My janitor went out to the dumpster. It's been she passed away last week, unfortunately. Boo-hoo. But she was 17 and a half. He rescued her out of a dumpster. Her box was sealed.
Yep.
And brought her in. And she was a little tiny kitten that was in the palm of my hand, and she was blind.
Wow.
So she's an amazing. So the book is really about the value of life.
That's what it's about. Wasn't.
Almost wasn't. So I'm excited, doing a lot of different things in my life.
Coach, great to see you. Great to have you on the show.
You.
Coach, these are the kinds of folks that we truly love on this show. You got entrepreneurs right here.
Yeah, well, you've heard me say it 100 times. I love entrepreneurs because I considered coaching was an entrepreneur.
Without a doubt.
It is.
Because your own talents, but your employees, you're counting on them, and it's a tough one because they're young guys.
A football player is the easiest employees to manage, right?
Yeah, not the easiest.
Yes, we were, Todd. Yes, we were.
But I also appreciate the fact that not only entrepreneurs, but people that are willing to give back to the community and do a lot of things with the community. Yeah. So this is great. I mean, there are so many stories, and just that alone is worth the whole thing.
Yeah, I always felt like being in the NFL was an entrepreneur type thing. You have teammates, and but you're in business for yourself.
Exactly.
And you got to make it happen. Eat what you kill.
Yes.
Right. Yes. You do in football too. You guys do it too. Yeah. I have a tagline: believe, create, hustle your ass off. That's like for every entrepreneur. You got to believe, and in self, got to create your opportunity. And then you just don't sit there. You got to go off.
It's a gamble.
That's the hardest part.
It's a gamble.
It is.
And I love people that are willing to take that gamble.
Well, it's an investment in yourself.
No doubt.
Yeah.
It's an investment, and you got to take care of that investment.
Let's be honest. A lot of successful entrepreneurs, including myself to a degree, have had failures. I've had things that didn't work out.
I've got one of the great ones of all time, Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, general manager, owner. Yep. He had 9 oil wells, 8 of them, nothing. The 9th one hit, and that's where he got his money.
No kidding,
to get
I never
started
knew
with
that
the Cowboys.
story.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
So,
there's a real estate story behind that too.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that.
That's how he can afford that nice ring. Let me ask you, do you got to hold your other hand up? Like you gotta,
well, yeah, it's a little heavy. It's a little heavy, but this is March Madness.
March Madness time,
so
Coach.
it kind of prompted me to think championships.
Yeah.
And so I don't wear these very often, but
You
when
got to
I
get
do,
into the display case once in a
fun.
while and get them out and play
Exactly.
with them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Pull
I
them out
don't
once in
watch a
while.
lot of college hoops, but I'll watch the March Madness to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Do you get into it at all? The college basketball at the end?
Not really.
No.
I preferred college football.
Okay. Who's your team?
Which is
Who do
good.
you like?
I like any of
You
them,
like all of
really.
them?
I
Okay.
do, because my husband will watch them, but he likes the Jaguars, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But of course, if I had the favorites, I'd say the Kansas City Chiefs, because I grew up in Kansas City.
Okay, fair enough.
So
They're
I'm just-
easy to like too.
Right.
Well, along with the Kansas City Royals, they'll always be my favorite team. 'Cause that's where I grew up.
George Brett, right?
Yeah. Oh.
With the tar. Remember that? That's what I remember.
I can see him running out of the dugout.
Bo play for KC? Bo Jackson?
I believe so.
I think he did.
I believe he
Yeah,
did.
yes, absolutely.
But the greatest thing, though, with baseball was that George Brett, that grand slam he hit. I
Yeah.
was over
Oh,
in
yeah.
Europe on a cruise ship on
yeah.
Epratiki, which was a Greek cruise line. I was cruising the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
And my friend and I were getting it on the radio, and it was just the greatest thing to hear
Yeah.
that bat hit that ball.
Okay.
It is-
Well, I think I know your answer on the panel question, but before we get to that, are you pulling for anybody in the March Madness, Todd?
No.
No. I hope Florida. I mean, Florida. I
Basketball,
guess.
I've only got room for so many things, and I'm NFL, college football,
Yeah.
to some degree, but the basketball thing, it just
The best part about
Falls
March
off.
Madness, it's like the NFL playoffs.
Yes.
One and done.
One hit. That's it.
You either advance or you go home.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing because it makes it so hard.
I get excited
get
about
them.
it because there's no way
Yep.
that I could ever have been a basketball coach.
No?
None. I'd have
Really?
been thrown out of 5 or
Oh,
6
yeah,
games
yeah.
during the course of the year without question. It really gets you right, at the end.
Yeah.
It's,
We had a coach, my 8th grade coach, I'll never forget this, would teach practice with a lit cigarette in his mouth. I'm not kidding. He'd run the whole practice. I don't know where the ash went. We never followed him, but he always had a lit cigarette in his mouth inside.
Awesome.
It was crazy. All right, as we wrap up this great segment with Coach Campo Game Face, what athlete inspires you the most? So I'm going to start with you, Todd, because I've asked Coach this question a lot. I got to give some time to
You're
get
gonna ask it.
get a
I
new
have,
guy
I
in
have
there.
to do the same thing I did last time. I'm still
Yep.
in the GOAT corner. I'm still the Tom Brady thing.
Okay.
Because he was so. You just think of how when he was growing up too. It was just
Yeah.
wasn't. He just had so many setbacks and so
Yep.
many downsayers, right?
Yep.
If that's a word, I just made it
Not
up.
a lot of people believed in him early
Yeah,
on.
that's what I
they
mean,
didn't.
yeah.
No, for
Yeah,
sure.
and what a story. So,
Yeah,
gotta go there.
my favorite part of it, and I heard it recently, he had a coach at Michigan. He was complaining about not playing, about not getting enough reps in practice.
Right.
And the coach said, I don't care how many reps you get. If it's one, make it the greatest rep that you've ever had in your life. He's like, from there, that's when I got this attitude. Like, I got to make everything.
Plus the
Yeah.
throw of the trophy across from boat to boat.
Yeah,
That was.
yeah. I was watching the other day. I think it was on X or Twitter, whatever you call it these days. But the jugs machine, which shoots out the ball, he's playing catch with it, and he did it 4 times in a row. I mean, perfectly right in the middle of the spinning tires. It would go in,
Shoot
it back out. And he's going 20 yards away. It's
Wow, I
not
never saw that
oh,
one.
you got to see
That's
it.
unbelievable.
Before Tampa, before one of his Tampa years, maybe his last year, something
your
like that.
target's
All
not
right,
this
how about
big,
you,
yeah.
Lorrie? I guess George Brett would be your most
Oh, yeah. Well, I have respect
inspirational
for
athlete?
all these athletes because it takes tremendous talent to do what they do. It really
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
And physical fitness, they have to be tip-top shape. But, yeah, George Brett, because I love baseball. And
Yep.
he was an amazing baseball player.
Coach, I think you have to have the talent. You do.
Yeah.
You do.
better have some grit if you're going to make it
Exactly.
in pro sports or in anything in life. You better have some grit about
No
you.
question, and that's perseverance. Is
Yep.
I think effort
Yep.
and perseverance are the two biggest
Absolutely.
things. To be honest
All
with
right, I'll switch the question. We'll wrap it up. Most exciting Jaguar player do you think going into 2025? Who are you going to pick?
you. Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. You think it's a bounce back year?
I think it's time.
Well, we know it's time. Is it going to happen? Is the question.
I think they've got the right people in charge.
Yeah.
And hopefully that'll make a difference.
We'll talk about it later in our other segment, but one thing that I really liked hearing from Baker Mayfield, who Liam Cohen just coached, he said he got me to simplify my pre-snap reads, which means before the ball snap, he knows where he's going.
There you go.
And if you can get to that point, Tom Brady was like the epitome of that. He knew exactly where to go. He knew where the blitz was coming. He knew where the opening was in the protection up front, those lanes. If he can get to there, he can be.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, thanks so much. Appreciate you being here. All the best. Keep it going. Believe, create, and hustle your ass off. That is the truth. Make sure you check out Todd and Lorrie and Coach's profile. You'll see this conversation and thousands of others. Just go to the dailynewsnetwork.com website. Till next time, y'all stay safe out there and be cool, too. We'll see you right here on the Horses Mouth.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Foodies Care is a nonprofit organization here started in Jacksonville, Florida. Our mission is to support other nonprofits realize and carry out their missions. We're trying to simplify that process to have a local body that's here on the ground and says, listen, we're going to work with you, we're going to partner with you, we're going to give you the resources that you need to be able to do the work that is needed in this community.